This is Donna coming to you again. Today I want to talk about an article that I read recently in the New York Times. The article was written by Kristen Wong, and it says, "The Case for Using Paper Planners." Interesting, in this age of automation and digitization, we have become so electronically propelled along that we have, maybe some of us have lost the touch with the actual contact with paper and writing things down. No one in the planner community can be accused of losing touch, but there are people in the world who have given up paper planners altogether. She was talking about, and I just put these two props up here so that you could see, but she talked about the simple act of writing something in a planner is a very nostalgic, emotional process. And it enables us to approach planning with greater mindfulness. You have to think about what it is you want to write. You have to think about where you want to write it, and perhaps even why you want to write it, and what you want to do with that item once you have entered it into your planner. The act of writing also helps us remember details. And I thought that was very, very profound, because that's why I do it, is to help me remember things. And I'm pulling out this old planner that I had from a time ago, but just writing down the fact that I have to treat the pups twice a day, just writing down things, my bullets, things I want to get done on any certain day, helps me remember. And there are actually psychological and neurological studies that link the physical act of writing with greater memory. It's also the ability to keep everything in one place. No matter what you're using, it can be a very comprehensive place. I have certainly given up all of the extraneous planning that I was doing in 3 to 4 different notebooks. I've come back to one notebook in particular for 2018. This is my Jibun Techo. Everything is all in one place. My dates, my planning, my goal tracking, just a number of different things. You know, somebody once said, when talking about the Jibun Techo, let me get over to the weeks, said that it looked boring and it looked too mechanical and you couldn't decorate it. You know, I look at people as being two kinds of planners. There are those who see that these are time slots going down the page, and they feel they must insert what they do into the time slots. And then there are people like me who said, you know, I don't need to track all that time during the day. What I need to track are my appointments, which come up at the top. I need to track my bullets, maybe some notes. I'd like to track the weather. I'm tracking my simplification. I'm tracking posting of my YouTubes, things of that nature. But I made this book, this layout, fit my needs. There are some people who get planners or get involved with planners or get involved with planning, and they want to cram information into a preset, and I'm going to give you an example, into a preset format. That is preset. It gives you a day, it gives you so many lines, it gives you the date, the month, it gives you so many lines to make entries for that day, and for the next, and for the next, until you get to the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. It is preset. And so people say, okay, What am I going to put here? Well, I want to track this, 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 and this. Oh, I can't. It won't fit. I don't know how to make it fit. Draw yourself some columns. First column, appointments. Second column, bullets. Third column, whatever you want to use it for. The adaptability of a planner enables you to keep more information in one place in a smaller surface area, meaning that you're not scrambling all over the place for information. So a planner does enable you to keep everything all in one place. Now, the next article that I ran across followed very closely behind this article. And it was choosing a planner. And they did feature some of the planners that you will be familiar with. This article was written by Jackie Reeve, and she works for a company that is under the New York Times umbrella company, and they did the research on this. They eventually stuck with planners that I believe fell into something like the $0 to $30 range, which, if you're going to be using a planner all year long, excuse me, my throat's getting a bit tickly. If you're going to be using a planner all year long and you're investing $30, divide 12 into 30. That's $4 a month, thereabouts. Is it worth $1 a week for you to have a good planner that will last you all year long, that enables you to keep everything all in one place? My answer is absolutely. It's well worth it. Now, if you're talking $300 and $400, that's not worth it to me, because that gets into the fancy schmancy, and that is not me. I want a good, durable place to keep information. So the first question is, what is your budget? How much do you want to spend? Do you want to spend $5? You can do that. You can spend $1.50 by buying a spiral notebook, a subject notebook that people use in school. Do you want to spend a bit more? It's up to you, but you have to decide what your budget is going to be. Then you have to ask, what do you want your planner to do? Do you want it to be small so that it's portable? Do you want enough space inside that you can keep only appointments? Or do you want appointments with bullets, with any other information? Do you want extra space? Let's see if this even has one. Okay, here's your address and phone book. You could convert some of that space into lists if you wanted to. You don't need this many, because there's January 19. Look at all the address and phone numbers. You don't need all of those. So you could convert some of those pages into making lists for yourself, creating collections if you wished. But things are here. You can goal track back here. So the second question is, what do you want your planner that you choose? What do you want? Well, Donna, what do you want it to do? Then the next question you want to ask, sorry about that, is how are you going to use it? Are you going to use it strictly for scheduling? This would be perfect for that. They suggest in doing that to get a Muji, M-U-J-I. We've all heard about them. And I believe they looked at the one where it had the monthly spreads. Something very simple where you just go in and you take each month and you mark your dates and appointments. Do you want it for goal planning? Then they suggested that the Panda planner, P-A-N-D-A planner, would be a good one for tracking goals, for having to-do lists, to map your goals. Are you wanting an artistic planner for sketching and journaling and creating a story of your daily life, then they suggested you might want to consider moochy things. Then, are you into memory keeping? Again, an account of your daily life through pictures or stickers or whatever you want to put in it. Then they suggested that perhaps you could consider the Erin Condren. However, I think it's very interesting that the most versatile planner, the most flexible planner, oh, excuse me, I skipped one. That would be for bullet journaling. They did suggest the Lundstrom 1917 bullet format. It's already set up for you. You've seen probably a number of videos. But the most flexible planner that they found, that they suggest customers might want to consider, is the Traveler's Notebook. And of course they looked at the Traveler's Company for theirs, because that's a very popular one. So I just throw this out to you that planning can have any kind of vehicle, meaning a holder or a container. Planning can be what you make it. That means you adapt the planner, as I was talking about a moment ago, into this little pocket doodad that I found at Dollar Tree. And I just picked it up because I thought it was cute. Love the little front. But you can customize this a number of ways. You can do a lot of tip-ins if you wanted to. You could do sticky notes if you wanted to. You could even draw in this if you wanted to. So there are a number of ways that you can adapt a planner to meet your needs. But you have to decide what those are. There are those that, as I said just a moment ago, are what I call pluggers. They see a space and it says 9 July Monday. And they plug in what they think that this space is asking them to plug in. And then there are planners who are extremely creative, and the bulk of folks that I see are extremely creative on YouTube. You can adapt this to, you can jazz it up, or you can keep it plain and simple. You can use washi tape, or you can use colored pencils or highlighters. Anything you want to do with it. But there are a number of vehicles that will allow you to do exactly what it is you want to do once you decide. And I thought this article was well worth discussing with you and leaving some thoughts in your mind. I hope maybe I've left some questions in your minds. If you have any comments, please list them below. And don't forget to like the video, please. Take care. I'll be back soon.